Hello students, I am Sainath, your law faculty, and this is a paper review for business law subject of December 2023 attempt. Okay, let's see the question paper. Question 1A. This is from Performance of Contract chapter, and this question is based on appropriation of payments, which is a very important concept for exams. So even though it is very important concept, I am giving moderate status. Why? Because this kind of question is not covered in any ICS source. And moreover, this question is covered in classes. There is no problem in it. But this question is not covered in ICS sources. So that is the reason why I am giving moderate status. Next one. Question 1B. This is little bit tricky because in order to answer this question, you need to have clarity on two definitions. One is government company, second one is subsidiary company. So those who are having clarity on both these definitions can easily answer this question. But still, it's the mix of two different questions. That's why I am giving moderate status. Next, different types of implied warranties. So this is straight question and very easy question. And moreover, this is covered in important questions also. That's why I am giving easy status. Next one, question 2A. Actually, this is C category question. So from this question, there may be a practical question or concept question, but this time the trend has been changed. So instead of asking practical or concept question, ICAI has asked a theory question on this. So this is unexpected. That's why I am giving moderate status. So this is from legal object and consideration. And in legal object and consideration, this is related to opposite to public policy concept. So there are many agreements which will come under opposite to public policy, but only two agreements are highlighted here. Next one. So communication of changes in partners to ROC in case of LLP. So this is very easy question because that concerned partner need to communicate to LLP and thereafter LLP need to communicate to ROC. If anyone makes any default, then 10,000 fine will be levied on them. So very easy concept, but still it is from B category. That's why I am giving moderate status. Next one. So out of two questions, all are moderate questions only except one question, that is 1C. But from here onwards, almost all every question is easy except few. So question 3A. It is about implied authority. You need to write the definition of implied authority as well as acts which are beyond implied authority. So this is easy question, important question also. 1B. 3B first bit. So this question is already covered in our material, which is about display of goods in shop window, invitation to offer concept. So that's why I am giving easy status. Next one. So this question is also covered and this question is based on effects of anticipatory breach of contract. So just some facts are changed, that's it. Remaining question is already there in our material. So I am giving easy status. So first two questions, majority questions are moderate, but third question completely easy, which all students knows about it. Next one, 4A. So it is about right of lien, when this right can be exercised, when this right will be terminated. So this is important question. So I am giving easy status. Next one, essentials of partnership. Okay, but here student can comfortably answer first bit. So I am giving easy status, but for remaining two bits, conceptual clarity is required. That's why I am giving moderate status. Next one, 5A. So 5A, it is about nemo.quad non-habit exceptions. So here you need to write about sale by buyer having possession of goods but not ownership. So easy question, easy status. Next. So this question is from rules regarding delivery of goods. So which is a C category question, but still you can easily answer this question without seeing that concept. So out of 1000 kgs, he accepted 700 kgs. Now he is refusing to pay the entire amount. Is it valid? No, he need to pay money for 700 kgs. That is the basic question. So even though it is C category, you can easily answer this question. That's why I'm giving easy status. Next one, kinds of share capital as per Companies Act. You need to write about equity share capital and preference share capital. So which is the B category question. So I'm giving moderate status because it is B category. So mere silence does not amount to fraud. This is A category question, very important question, and this question is tested various times in revision exams also. That's why easy. And mode of settlement of accounts. So this kind of question is already there in our TYK questions, and here it is A category question. That's why I'm giving easy status. And finally, so this is the most tricky question in entire paper, because students don't know about forms of company. So literally they want to confuse the students by giving form number, but no need to worry. So here you need to look at single point, that is the company has not commenced business even after the expiry of 2 years. That means in last 2 years there is no business activity. So what kind of company it was? Dormant company. So you need to write the definition of dormant company here. So it's a little bit tricky. That's why I'm giving moderate status. So majority questions are easy only few questions are moderate. And my overall review of this paper is above average. So above average. So this paper is a mix of both easy questions and moderate questions, but there is no difficult question. So every question in this question paper can be answered with the help of Masterminds material. But the only problem is some are existing questions which are already provided in material itself, some are newly framed questions. So that's why I gave moderate status to few questions. Apart from that, everything is okay. So my overall review is above average. Okay students, bye.
Greetings to all the students. This is BCR faculty of Masterminds, and this session is devoted to review of BCR paper, which is conducted on January 2, 2023. So let's get to the questions. 7A question is about reading comprehension, as all of you know. So this question, even though it hasn't been covered in our materials or study material, so this can be easily answered, and this can be rated as medium difficulty. And 7B question, as usual, it's a question on note making, and this question has been covered in our Masterminds material as well, and this is easier for you because you have already practiced it, and this can be rated as medium difficulty. Next one, 8A question, as usual, it's question on communication chapter, verbal communication, and it can be easily answered, and it's medium level difficulty. And 8B1, it's a question on antonym, tyranny, and its adjective form tyranny is covered in our material, and it can be easily answered based on that knowledge of our material. Next, 8B, second question, it's related to correction of errors, which has been covered in our self-improvement material. It depends on if clauses and relevant structures. With that basic knowledge of English grammar, you can easily answer this. It's of course above medium level difficulty. Next, 8B3, root of the word anthropology, and it's a question based on root words. Of course, it's covered in our study material. Anthrop is a root form for this. Of course, the question is tested, not directly asked, just you have to find the root form. That's anthrop. Medium level question. Next, 8C, Prezi rating, as usual it's asked, and it's been covered in our material as well. With that knowledge, you can easily answer this. Next, 9A question, it's as usual from communication chapter. Star network communication, an internal choice question based on coherence. It's one of the features of effective communication. With the knowledge of our material, it can be easily answered, and it can be rated as easy. Next, 9B1, it's synonym based question, ferry. So it's not been covered in our material. So that's why it can be considered as above medium level. Next 9B2 question is from changing direct speech to indirect speech, and it has been covered in our material. The models have been covered, of course not exactly the same question, but with the knowledge of those models it can be easily answered. So it can be rated easy question. And third one, from active voice to passive voice, this is request model question, imperative request model, and these models have been covered in our material. It can be easily answered with that knowledge. And next question C, minutes preparation. This question is from meetings chapter. It has not been asked so far, but this time it is asked as alternative for resume writing. But we have discussed how to prepare minutes of meeting in our classes. So you can answer with that knowledge this one very easily. Of course, medium level it can be rated. 10A question from communication chapter. So organizational structural barrier, it comes under barriers to communication. One of the barriers of communication, it has been covered in our material. With that knowledge you can easily answer. It can be rated easy one. And B1, active to passive voice, we have covered this past simple format in statement format in our material. With that knowledge it can be easily answered. And 10B2, from passive voice to active voice, let the class not be disturbed. This is imperative format given in passive voice. It can be easily answered into active voice based on the knowledge of our material, and medium level it can be rated. And third one, from indirect speech to direct speech, this is exclamatory sentence given in indirect speech. It can be changed into direct speech easily with the knowledge that has been covered in our material. And 10C question is based on letter of inquiry from letter writing and official communication, and we have discussed this in our classes, and this is covered in our material as well. With that knowledge you can easily answer this. And 11A, para language communication chapter, and we have covered this. It is there in our material as well. It can be easily answered. And 11B1, gift of the gab. This is question based on idioms and phrases. This has been covered in our materials and it can be easily answered with that knowledge. 11B2, a red letter day, again idioms question. It's covered in our material as well. With that knowledge you can answer it easily. And 3, co-location based question. Of course, it has not been discussed in our material, but the chapter co-location has been often discussed in our classes, but this particular expression is not discussed anywhere in our material or study material. But going by the words dollar and diplomacy, you can make a guess of the answer of this question. Of course, you can rate it as difficult. And C question, article writing, and we have covered the models of articles in our material and in our revision exams as well. This particular concept of article writing has been covered in our revision exams, and with that knowledge you can easily answer this. So overall this paper can be rated as above average. Even the students who feel difficulty in this can easily gain 80% of the marks, rest assured. Thank you, students.